are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now, stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, you are now tuning in to the Pep Talk Tae Show here on Hits 92.3 Atlanta, the real definition of internet radio.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all, it's your girl. Hey. I think we're on. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hey y'all, happy Wednesday to you. It is the Pep Talk with Tae Show here on Hits 92.3 Atlanta. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about one of my topics that I'm not very good at. Relationships. That's what we're going to talk about today on the Pep Talk with Tae Show. I have some amazing creative minds that are going to be my guests, and we're going to have a discussion in regards to relationships tonight. So if you are listening, that's great. I love you for downloading the Hits 92.3 app and listening on the app. But if you are on the YouTube page, or if you have YouTube, hop over there. It's Hits 92.3 Atlanta, our YouTube page, because I want to hear from you all in the comments tonight. We're going to have a little interaction, have a little conversation, because at the Pep Talk with Tae Show, we keep it transparent all the way 100. So we're going to talk about relationships and a little bit more. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, I got to do the birthday roll call because it's somebody's birthday up in here. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you the pep talk of the week. And then, of course, my DJ, DJ Double K, has a mix for you all as well. So let's go ahead and kick it off. It's still Taurus season. Any Tauruses listening? Whoop, 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 whoop. Happy birthday to y'all. And we're going to do the birthday roll call. So let's go ahead and kick into that. Celebrating a birthday today is actor, funny man, Kenan Thompson. I used to love Kenan and Cal. He's used to be one of my shows. So he's 45 years young today. Happy birthday to you. And then happy heavenly birthday to one of my favorite rappers, MCs, Mr. Flavor in Your Ear, Craig Mack. I used to love that song. I used to think I was like in the video really. And so he would have been 53 years young today. So happy birthday to him. And then St. Louis in the house. I lived there for like a year, maybe 2 years. I lived in St. Louis. So one of my favorite DJs there is celebrating a birthday today. DJ Digital Ray, happy birthday to you, homie. I know you about to get turned tonight somewhere. And then happy belated birthday to my friend, my turn to your neighbor at church, because she's always sitting next to me. Happy belated birthday to you, Jennifer. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. And anybody who is listening, if you are celebrating a birthday today, tomorrow, next week, happy birthday to you from your girl Pep Talk with Tay. So we're going to go ahead and get into our main topic of the night. I ain't even going to tell y'all what I did this weekend because I want to make sure I give enough time to talk about relationships, because relationships, y'all, if you're watching online, you can see my shirt says it all. I'm single AF, because my mama might be listening. I don't want to be cussing, okay? And so relationships for me, they're hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that. But tonight I have some amazing creative minds that are joining me to have a transparent conversation about relationships. These individuals last week, Thursday, I guess it'll be a week ago yesterday, right? We went to an event here in Atlanta called Greenlit ATL. Shout them out for bringing us together. Whoop, 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 whoop. And at that particular event, we were tasked with creating a podcast in 10 minutes. So we had 10 minutes to come up with a concept, what we were going to talk about, and record the podcast. And if you follow me on social media, I must say we did the doggone thing, because in 10 minutes we created a podcast called Brains, Beauty, and Things. And I gotta say, we did the doggone thing in regards to that. So we're gonna play a clip of that in a little bit. But let me go ahead and introduce my panel that's in the building today. The cast of the Brains, Beauties, and Things podcast, which it was really it's really imaginary. Like people have really seen it and have said, oh, we can't wait to chime in to hear the rest of it. Y'all, it was fake, but I think we might have to make a real one. That's what I think. We're going to find out after tonight because we going to get the people what the people want. So in the building with me, I'm going to have her go ahead and introduce herself. The British is coming. British, tell them who you are.
My real name is British. And that's exactly what my grandmother said when I was coming out the womb. The British is coming, so I am here. Happy to be here. Thank you, Pep Talk Tae.
Hey, you welcome, girl. You welcome. And then in the building, the shortest one in the crew, Miss Coriana Ali. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, y'all heard that? My name is Coriana Ali. I'm an actress, and I do appreciate being here today.
Yeah.
I gotta say, British and Corey, if y'all is watching on the YouTube, baby, today was a rough day in corporate America for me. So barely me just getting here was good enough. I had to put a lip rouge on. That's all you was getting today. But
You still cute. You still cute.
Beautiful.
They didn't got beat. They is doing it, baby. They doing it. Maybe that's why I'm single still. Cause one day I'm but you gonna get baby.
You in Atlanta. That's the reason. That's the real reason.
You gonna get all of
Okay.
We're going to talk about that. And so they were the ladies that joined me on the couch for Beauty, Brains, and Things. And then Mr. House Manager himself, the only male in the crew, JR, is joining us via video. What up, JR? Introduce yourself to the good people, House Manager.
Can y'all hear me okay?
We can.
Okay, cool. What's going on with you guys? I wanted to make sure that my maid, she handled everything before I got here and it was all set up. So, yes, I am here. Yes.
Why are you still playing?
Right, because
I got the salmon for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I was gonna say you looking right salmony on the screen today.
He put that on the in the comment, and I thought he was talking about some food. He talking about his shirt. He's talking about, yo, I brought out the salmon for y'all. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
You over here hungry
Right.
too.
You ain't here. So that salmon don't matter.
I'm sorry. I was so confused.
Yeah. So
See?
JR,
and this is why exactly I am the way I am. Okay.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, it is going to be a good conversation tonight in regards to relationships. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off, and then I promise y'all we're gonna figure out a way to put that podcast up because I think if you all see the podcast, it will really kind of bring it all together for y'all.
What's my name? Say my name.
Sunshine.
Okay, give me 2 more minutes because it's coming.
Okay, all right. So it's coming to y'all. Y'all know if you watch the Pep Talk with Tae Show, my engineer, she crazy, but she pulls it together, honey. Okay. All right. So
I heard your voice. I was like, hey, hold on, how you doing?
But I'm gonna get it together. I got you.
So y'all, let's go ahead and kick it off and talk about some relationships. So on the podcast that you all will see, we talked about 50-50. And in regards to the fact if women and men should clearly go 50-50. And so let's really just break that down a little bit. I know I have my own viewpoints on it, but British, kick us off. What do you think about women and men going 50-50?
Unpopular opinion.
Hey,
I feel like it's
we're
today.
all gonna be transparent.
I think it depends.
Okay.
I honestly think it depends on the situation. For me, in my dating scenarios, I have usually been the breadwinner.
Okay.
So if he's at a level where there's vision and he has it mentally together, because I've been in a relationship where he hasn't had it mentally together, which I feel like can take you down a few notches for you to be able to provide. I had to get out of there. Obviously, I'm single. But yeah, I think it depends. I think it just depends on the situation. Like if he has vision, if he's somewhere where, it's like, I'm not there yet, but I know I'm going to get there and I can see that vision and God has provided me the insight to also see the vision, then we can talk about 50-50. But like, that's my scenario for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Coriana Ali, what you got?
I love how you articulated that
Oh,
very well. Okay. So with me, I just got out of a relationship probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
So she fresh.
I am single, but I am talking.
Okay.
We like talk.
She's single and
So,
talking, JR.
yeah, we like
You heard
talking.
that, right? Mhm.
So my when the podcast dropped, my statement still stands. I believe in that God created men and then woman. So my man will be the provider and I will be the helper. But then, yes, there will be seasons where he will need assistance and I will be there to assist him. So yes.
Okay.
I can feel that.
I'm gonna save my comment for last. So JR, I'm gonna kick it to you. JR, what you think? The only male on the what are your comments regarding that? Y'all don't beat up on my bro. What you got, JR? What you got?
Hold on, I had to get my lighting right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all glistening over there. I can glisten too.
No, I gotta get my
Why, oh, he glowing now in this salmon. He glowing. He look like
You look like under the sea.
This salmon is fresh, baby. So no, in reality, it really is about the vision, right? However, it's about having proper communication. What is our goal? How long would this 50-50 last? Because as a man, let's be completely honest. Like, we don't want to necessarily like be dependent on our women. The thing is, we want to be able to, if needed be. So that's where the difference comes in there, right? Like, if I know that my girl got it, but we already take it care of, then cool. That's the goal of the relationship. It's like, yo, we don't care where the money comes from, as long as everything is taken care of. And then we're able to live how we want to live. So that's, you know what I'm saying, to me, that's the ideal version. It's like, all right, cool. If we're in this thing as a team, then of course we can accomplish together the goal faster together, working together to get wherever our particular goal is. But we have to have that in stone, like, all right, babe, we working to get here.
I love that.
Okay, teamwork.
I love how you
Okay,
said that.
all right, teamwork. And you're not by yourself, JR. We've got another man on the YouTube page. Ernest said the same thing. He said it's important. He said most relationships don't last because of lack of communication. Right? So your girl, this is what I say in regards to 50-50, right? I'm 46, single, been married one time, real quick marriage. I'm just gonna say that part. And in regards to 50-50, I gotta be honest, I've always worked. I've always been the one that has taken care of everything. And so I need to know for me that my mate is going to be able to hold us down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's fair.
Especially for me right now where I am. Yes, I work in corporate America, but to be fully transparent, I'm ready to leave corporate America and work in media full time.
Yeah.
And media, when you first start, you're not getting millions and millions of dollars. Like, you got to love media because that's what you love to do.
Yes.
And so for me in my life right now, I am looking for a man that is stable, that is going to be a provider. I'm a hustle in regards to the media thing and doing what we got to do. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need, he might have to do 80 and I might got 20 right now. You know, it ain't always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
But you know, for the time being, that's what I'm looking for, because I'm a nurturer and I believe that whoever my mate is gonna be, I'm gonna build him up. He gonna be a king, he gonna be straight. But 50-50 all the way, I just don't I just don't, in my life right now, I just don't see. And that's just the Pep Talk Tae version. So we're gonna go ahead and we got the podcast that we recorded. Shout out again, Greenlit ATL. We did the doggone thing, y'all. We did this in 10 minutes, came up with the concept, what we was gonna say, did the whole doggone thing. So y'all tell us if you like it. Check it out. This is the Beauty, Brains, and Things podcast here on the Pep Talk Tae Show.
Go.
Hey y'all, you are tuned into the Beauty, Brains, and Things podcast. I'm your girl Tay.
It's your girl Coriana Ali.
And my name is British.
And on today's episode, we're talking about 50-50. In relationships today, should men and women go 50-50?
Absolutely.
Now, you know we had to mix it up a little bit on today's episode, and you see we've got a little male energy on the sofa with us.
Yes,
this is JR. JR is a household husband. That's your job title?
I prefer house manager, but we'll take house husband.
So you don't have a job?
So is there anything physically or mentally wrong with you that is preventing you from being able to have employment?
No, I do have employment.
I'm sorry, how long have you been married?
This is our 6th month coming up. You know,
Perhaps what her job is the reason why Mr. JR is a house manager. So tell us, what does she do?
oh, she got 2 jobs.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Sunshine Reigns with All Hustle, No Fear, and we are radio that you have to watch. That's right. We are radio that you need to tune into to watch all of the fun that is going down here at the Hits 92.3 station. So what I need you to do is follow me at All Hustle, No Fear on YouTube, or follow Hits 92.3 on Facebook, and tune in Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 a.m. for All Hustle, No Fear. We are After Dark Radio in the morning.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right. You could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
Back on the Pep Talk with Tae Show, we talking about all things relationship tonight. So y'all saw the podcast. We talked about 50-50. JR, people really, truly believe that you are a house manager. So go ahead and let them know. Are you a house manager, JR?
I mean,
You don't want to say it because people watching.
no, I'm not a house manager.
But you strive to be one, though. That is the thing. Would you strive to be a house manager?
Man, listen, I don't mind being a kept man. Let's go.
Hey.
Go ahead,
Okay.
ladies. Yes. I need my slippers.
Did he just say now? Okay, but let's keep it 100. Okay, so kept men. So if I got any men that are watching, tune into this. But some of y'all, like DJ Double K said, leave them alone. Okay, there's some men out here that really are okay with being kept. They play video games all day. They do all of that, and no shade. Women, a man is only gonna do what you allow.
Exactly.
So my whole thing is the men that's sitting there playing them video games all day, and you sitting in just your boxer shorts and having your bros come over. You ain't washed no dish. You ain't did nothing. It's a woman out here that has allowed that. So women, are we that desperate to have a man that we would let him just do like
Whatever.
whenever? What y'all think about that?
ma'am.
I can actually because I went through that my last relationship. So okay, I don't mind you playing a game because I'm a gamer too. I love to hop on a game too. So I don't mind that. But for you to be on the game 24/7 and I'm grinding and I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm gonna go get the the food, whatever I gotta do. That is not okay with me because we're supposed to be working together and not separately. So, and I do take accountability for my actions because I did allow that to happen. I allowed that to happen.
But let's be honest, because we transparent here on the Pep Talk with Tae Show.
Absolutely.
What makes us as women really just be that way? Because I can say for me, I'm 46, so I'm probably the oldest one at the table. I have done that just because of the fact that either I'm keeping it all the way 100. He has some good things.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. About it, or he was so fine that that I got a little lost, and I just kind of let him do whatever because that thing was weighing on me.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes, and then like the way that he talked, his energy.
But I think it goes back to what you said earlier. It's desperation. We a little bit desperate for that's the real we're a little bit desperate for love. We don't want to be alone, a lot of us, and I'm not that person because I can be alone for forever. But a lot of us I've only been in a couple of relationships. I am not the person to jump into it. I ain't been in a lot. I'm not even like that. I'm not even that desperate to get married. Like if my life ends up being rich auntie like Mary J. Blige, I would be she been in 2 marriages, so I don't know. But I ain't trying to get married and unmarried. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in today's world, nobody in our generation or even in today's world, because we are all, I feel like maybe different generations, but nobody is taking relationships serious. Like nobody. It's a very in and out. We see social media has a big part in relationships. Okay, everybody wants to be side chick, side man. Like everybody's okay with that. It's too many people that are willing to be okay with that. That makes it hard for a real person who really wants to date, like, and really wants to be with somebody.
Okay, so I'm kicking it over to Brother JR because he's gonna give us the male perspective, and I'm gonna check some of these topics.
I'm in my pool pit right now. I'm in my pool pit.
Amen.
All right. Gotta, it's about to get real when they do. All right. So listen, it's about communication. I wrote a book called How to Love an Entrepreneur Without Losing Your Mind. The whole basis of it is having a goal when you get into the relationship. What's the goal of the relationship? Let's say if I have a high earning wife, right? And she's kicking my ass financially. Yo, you know what? It makes more sense for me to help her build and grow what she has going on than for us to separate things. So it's like, yo, I'm going to add my energy over here so we can maximize this. That way we can live the life that we choose to live. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about what's the goal of the relationship and what that looks like. I'm not going to sit home and play video games all day. It's just not in my DNA. So my thing is I'm always going to be doing something, whether I'm building my own thing or helping her establish and build hers. So, at the end of the day, it's about really understanding what that looks like for each individual relationship. So, that's my perspective on it, but I don't think it's wrong, because if British is building something and she comes home, she's like, yo, I need help, and she knows that's my strong point. What type of man am I if I don't help her? You feel me? So it's like that's just what it's about. But you have people who don't communicate what they need. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll go home, you'll say, oh, my day was so stressful. This happened. But are you really stating what you need? Yo, I need help with this.
And that's a great point. That's a great point, to be clear and transparent and communicating with your partner. Like that is like the number one rule for me right now is being clear and transparent, because communication is key to everything. Because it is a lot of people don't know how to communicate their feelings.
Yeah, because that's the part right there. So for me, I believe that people aren't good communicators. With social media, texting, we had COVID where we were isolated from one another, stuff like that.
Good point.
I don't think that a lot of us are good communicators. We think that we are, but when we get in a relationship, we're not really communicating the way that we should, right? But then too, I think people are afraid to communicate. So I can be transparent. There's been situations that I've been in that I didn't like something that the person I was dating was doing, but because out of fear that person was going to leave or I didn't want to hear. Like as a woman, I know when my man is cheating. Like I ain't stupid.
Our intuition
kicks in. So I know that you got a chick on the side and you doing whatever you're doing. But for whatever reason, I choose not to say anything because I'm not ready to accept that just yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For whatever reason, and like you said earlier, British, maybe it's I was in a desperate place. X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. To me, that sounds like fear of abandonment. Yeah. Like you're afraid of being abandoned, and that goes back to, I ain't trying to get all therapy on y'all, but like I'm in therapy, so a lot of the time we talk about how that ties into my childhood. But then again, and when you were a child, going back to communication, you didn't really know how to communicate it, right? And now that we have emojis, we're talking, everybody's talking in emoji. That's not gonna work in a relationship.
I use the same ones, so y'all know I'm old because it's the same little ones. And if I use something random, I'd be like, "What was you trying to say?"
Exactly. I'm old school. I like to face to face. Yeah, no, for real, I have an old soul.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh,
I'll be around.
You a baby? You're 23.
I be around a lot of.
You're 20.
We're not I like that.
Damn, really?
Okay, so let's talk about it. So,
how many people here grew up with a mother and father in the household?
No.
Okay, so I was one, right? My mom and dad were in the household, but no shade. I love my mom. My mom is my home slice. No shade to my father. He really wasn't present. He was there. He was taking care of finances and stuff, but he won't really like. I won't see in him being affectionate and stuff to my mom. And then I always saw my mom being the dominant one in the relationship.
Yep.
So as I'm older now,
Yeah.
I realize that I seek out men that I could be the boss. You know,
Right.
I'm dominant.
Right.
And because
Very A-type.
I've never
Or type A.
allowed a man to really. I've never seen a man lead.
Right.
And if I can't see that, I don't. And I've met some amazing men. Like I'm sure there's some people on here now that are like, you know what, I tried to be with you, but you just didn't. Cause I'm like, you gotta tell me what to do. Who you think, you know? Because I want to be in control of that situation.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Sunshine has chimed in, ladies and gentlemen. It's Taylor over here.
The great Jill Scott once said, if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do.
Okay. Jilly from Philly.
Jilly from Philly will get you together. Okay.
That's why I love music. Like for me, music is my love language because a lot of songs have taught me some real.
We needed that.
Real talk.
That is crazy.
Like,
Yeah. Because even it goes both ways. So my parents were married. They divorced. I live with my mother. So growing up with my mom, we had to be more dominant. Like my mom's side is more dominant than the men. Yeah. So I grew up dominant. So if I could run over you, I'm going to do exactly that. You know, because I didn't have that. I love you, mama. I didn't have that role. I didn't have that role model to see like how do you treat a man or how a man's supposed to treat a woman. So it was very difficult for me to like, okay, what am I looking for? Yeah. So I learned from other people's experiences. Whether I did it right or wrong.
And learning from other people's experiences, sometimes that will have you listen.
Yeah, it don't work. I mean, it just goes back to the community. What do you and your partner want? What do you and your partner desire? Whatever my grandmother and her husband had going on, whatever my mom and her husband had going on, whatever my daddy and his wife has going on, has nothing to do with. Thank God that I had some type of examples, but that's not the example that I want. Like you're able to, when you get those type of insights into a relationship, you're able to understand like, nope, that's not what I want. That is what I want. Like, and then you're able to go from there. But like nobody's relationship should be anybody's relationship goals, in my opinion. Because what y'all got going on, what may look like it's amazing in the forefront. Come on now, we seen Solange beat up Jay-Z, but we all thought Beyonce and Jay-Z was great, right?
Right.
But then we don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
And social media will have you thinking that like me and one of my girlfriends, we talked about it. Like we have literally seen people post stuff on social media. They were all booed up, looking great. Everything was looking peachy. Honey, the whole man was in somebody else's was in the inbox, or she was in somebody's inbox. So people just do things just to look good.
Yes,
for social
and
media.
people need to know, like, take a mental note that social media is false. It's for your entertainment purposes only,
except for ours.
No, now I will say this: it seems like whenever somebody on social media be like, "Oh my God, their relationship goals," that relationship is gonna end
immediately.
Every time. That's why I don't post my man on social media, and we married. And I'm telling you right now, I don't make me relationship goals.
No,
because you don't know what juju. As soon as y'all say that, they get divorced.
That's just like any couple that gets a TV show. It's like, dang, what happened to the couple? Because Nick Lachey and what was his first wife?
Jessica Simpson.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I love them. And then next thing you know, they divorced.
Sebastian, no, that's not the kid name. But Wiz Khalifa and
Amber.
Yeah.
Okay. All of it.
Jared, now what you got to say? Because I can't leave a man out here. That's why I wanted JR at the table, because I wanted that JR.
Not jumping me out in these streets, man. That's cool though. It's cool though. No, the reality of it is I agree with British. No relationship should be relationship goals because you don't know what happens behind closed doors.
I learned that from T. Jakes.
Yeah, true.
And the reality of it is that we all trying to figure this thing out. I didn't have a great example as to what a healthy relationship looked like until I was able to get older and unlearn all the BS that I learned. So once you unlearn all the BS, now you have to relearn what healthy love looks like. Shit, even what your personal definition of love is. Because all of our definitions are different.
So you bring up a good point. How many of us really know what we want in a relationship?
Not a lot of us. You don't know until you in it. I
Yeah,
feel like,
I
But
I could tell you a little bit of things like pet peeves and stuff like that, but I
Okay.
really don't know.
So I guess for me, 46, you know what I'm saying?
You do know.
I done been through enough relationships at this point. Angela Reese says, Angelica, I can't, girl, I got my glasses on because I was trying to be cute today.
You cute.
But in regards to at 46, I now know what I want in a relationship. And so people may perceive it as, well, you got too many standards and X, Y, and Z. I done been through enough now that I really know, because I know my worth and I know what I bring to my table.
Yes,
22-year-old
right.
self, baby, I thought I wanted him to be big, brown,
all of it. All of it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
But
now
the fact is,
it's just the person. So no matter what package he comes in, I don't want him to be cross-eyed. I ain't gonna lie about that. But he gotta have all this.
Yeah.
No music, soul chat. Oh, anyway, that's I know what I'm doing. So yeah.
Well, the fact is, like, it's kind of like getting in a car and not having a destination, right? So if you're just riding around aimlessly, those are those relationships that you get into, and it's like, yo, it's not going nowhere. You have no particular goal. Like, what is the end goal? What's the destination that we're trying to get to, right?
Yeah.
Because if you got some healing to do, I got some healing to do. That's okay if we're trying to get here. But if we just riding around aimlessly, I'm gonna drop you off when I drop you off.
Okay.
Listen. And then that's the other thing,
Uber ride is over.
You know what I'm saying? Like some people get into relationships and you already know, like in a short period of time, if that person is really your person. So why keep, like Corian Ali said, I'm dating, I date. If you're dating, you can date multiple people.
Right.
Point blank.
If
you're dating, you are open to date multiple, because how you gonna know who you want to be with?
Right.
If you just, I met him today, I got a girlfriend, and I hope she's not listening. I'm not gonna say her name because she probably gonna be upset. But every week, girl, I think he the one.
Oh,
I'm in
Lord.
love this week.
I know some of those.
No.
She's a Libra.
I'm not even gonna say
or a
it,
Cancer.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I would never date a Libra another day of my life ever.
Indecisive. Yeah.
But I'm like,
that's not me.
I don't think that there's a time limit. I think that you can meet somebody and know
Yeah.
if that person, if I don't think there's a time limit on, well, I got to be with you 6 months before I know if I love you or not, whatever.
No.
But you can't meet him this week and be like, I'm in love, and then next week, child, I don't talk to him no more, but I got so and so, girl.
It really, because for me it depends on, like, can we connect mentally, spiritually, emotionally? Like, if we can do that right off the bat, okay, yes, let's build that foundation. Let's work to a relationship, because we can still go through the stages. We ain't gotta just jump into a relationship. Let's build so we can have a foundation to go off of. Like he said, have like a goal, a destination.
But do y'all think people be lying?
Yes, I was
sometimes
just about to say
people
that.
be showing up as a true representative. They really want to be house managers, but they put on salmon shirts and get little, get cute when instead of really they want to be house managers. So what you think, Brittany?
No, I was just going to say that because sometimes, so recently I prayed for a person, right? Got the person and he matched. All the things that I said, but there were some things that I forgot to pray for, right? He showed up as a thing, but then ended up being something else. And then I was questioning God, like, God, when I pray for something and I realized he's not what I really wanted, because he showed up as something but wasn't it. But I thought that's what do you do with the prayer? And God was simply like, oh, you give it back. And I gave it back. I had to, because I pray for a lot of, and this is my fault, and I will say that transparently, I pray for a lot of the physical, right?
Yeah.
But then I also pray that he's spiritually, somewhere with God.
Yes.
And but I forgot to pray for that mental portion, right?
They say be specific in your prayers.
Be very specific.
Clear.
Be very, I said all that to say just to be very specific in what you want, but you gotta know what you want.
You have to know.
Yeah.
y'all shout out the YouTube people
Hey,
because
YouTube.
they
Hey,
really
YouTube.
commenting
Hey.
and I'ma just publicly say he probably gonna get me. I was married to an amazing man, but I just wasn't ready for what it was. And I think because he was my friend, we was friends and then we was lovers and then we was friends and then we was lovers. But he's an amazing man. So I think that I may have, that's a whole nother pep talk. So I think I might have, I think I might have done some things because I don't think he'll ever want to be married ever again. But he's a good man. So I call him out in the chat because he probably like, that's why I don't watch your show. But he's still all right with me.
Shout out to you, sir.
Right, he's still supporting.
You want to know something though? You gotta.
Yeah, he's going.
As men, we have.
Yeah. That's a real one. But yeah, some people do show up in sheep's clothing. So you have to pray for discernment. Like,
and just because you meet him at a church. Oh, sorry, JR. Go ahead.
I know I ain't in the room, y'all, but y'all gonna have to respect my virtuality. My internet is amazing.
You're right. You're right, sir. You got it.
My woman pays for this internet monthly. All right.
I cannot with him. I cannot.
Listen, you can also have to give people a little bit of grace. You know what I'm saying? So, depending on where they're at in their life, where you met them at may not be who they return as. So sometimes you got to just, hey, yo, you still outside. Let me just go ahead and let you finish doing your thing. And once you done ran your laps, you know what I'm saying, you going to be all right. But right now you got way too much energy. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. And allow that person to grow, because us as men, I give it to you guys. Ladies, you mature way faster. That's why I tell people, like, in my opinion, I believe there's a 7-year gap. I've got it down to like almost a science. If she's 7 years younger than you, or, you know what I'm saying, or older, however you guys look at it, but it's like, yo, like that maturity level should be about equal. You know what I'm saying? So anything between 7 years and higher, then you're good. But a lot of people don't really understand that, because us as men, we mature later, or we want to think that we still got it way past the time that we left it.
What you're saying is we should be older.
No.
I like that
No. I ain't gonna name no names, but I dated somebody that was older, and
he was less.
Literally like what's the man from Young and the Restless? Victor Newman. And he's still,
Victor was
not like he, you know, and he's a great person, but he be outside with everybody. So no.
Maybe we need to start talking to these folks' mamas.
Right.
Like, who raised you?
No, but even with that,
my mama was a player, so I don't know.
It's just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can miss. Yeah,
It's a choice. It's a choice. Stop
very
blaming
much
your
so.
parents.
It's very much so.
It's a
we
choice.
can all say, "Oh, my daddy abandonment issues, whatever." At some point, girl,
you have to grow up,
dude. Grow up,
please.
What are you gonna do to heal?
Yeah.
What steps are you gonna take?
Yeah. Are you in
therapy
therapy
into the next relationship?
Yeah.
Bag lady.
We have a question here.
There's a question.
Angelica said, "What's the difference between compromising on your I list versus settling for someone?" Good question.
Jerry, you want to take it?
Oh, y'all gonna throw that one to me? Oh, okay.
No, you said we didn't class, so you go ahead.
You know what? It's really about the individual, because I know I've met tons of people, right, who I'd be like, yo, like, I don't really like that, but I could deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where it depends on the individual. However, it's like some things that you get in. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Let me back that up a little bit. As long as that person doesn't drop the ball in other statistical categories. So if when I meet you, I realize off rip, yo, that shit you doing is irritating, or I don't know if I can deal with that. But you're cool because you're statistically everywhere else, everything that I'm looking for. But the minute you drop the ball in one of those areas, that thing that irritated me in the beginning is going to start standing out like a sore thumb. And I can't unsee it after that. It's like, yo, like, man, your feet still stink though. Like it's just whatever that thing is going to stand out. So compromise, you got to make sure you can live with that.
My Aunt Linda gave me some wisdom, right? And so she's been married.
Shout out to Aunt Linda.
Shout out Aunt Linda. Her husband, God bless her, that she is the only person in America that can put up with him because he is a piece of work. Okay. So, anywho, She said one day I was going through something and I said, well, I really like this one, but I really like this one because he's such and such and such. And my Aunt Linda said, girl, you is not all that. Ooh. I said, ooh. And so so in regards
hurt
to
my
that,
feelings.
because she was saying I was trying to act like this
you had
one,
it all together.
like I had it all together, and I don't want to deal with him, although he all right, but this one is really this. She was like, girl, you is not all that. Stop trying to have all these high expectations and all these standards, and you ain't all of that.
Yeah.
And so shout out my Aunt Linda for bursting my bubble, because
Right.
truth, you know, and sometimes you need that. So to her question in regards to your list and settling, like JR said, you got to decide on if it's something that you can really work with. But I'll add to that and say, if what you're asking that person for, are you able to do it?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't take,
take,
because that's these people want to be ballers. I would love to have a millionaire man. I'm out here in Atlanta, live out by the Braves Stadium, and I'm thinking, I'm going to go out there while they practicing. But y'all, I ain't ready for no millionaire man. I'm not.
That's good that you know that,
okay.
because a lot of people don't know that. But I think so too. Non-negotiables. If you know your non-negotiables, then everything else can be negotiated.
Yeah.
Everything else, relationships can be negotiated. But also too, like, you got to know if it's going to bring you peace. Like, if it's something that I don't like, but I still have peace about who we are as a couple, then I'm going to be cool. Like, but if you don't have peace, then that's how you know, like, oh, I've settled for something that I really don't want to be in.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we should never settle.
Never settle.
I'm not settling.
Never settle.
So something you said really with me that I'm working on myself in my relationship is I grew up in a household kind of like yours, where I didn't see my mother and my father be into. I don't think I've ever seen my mom really hug or kiss another person, let alone me like that, right? So I grew up thinking I wasn't affectionate. And in my past relationships, I'm like, I'm not a very affectionate person.
Yeah.
Here I am married for 10 years and started the relationship off. I'm not a very affectionate person. And now as an adult, I've allowed myself to be honest. I am an affectionate person. I just don't know how to be affectionate. But the problem is I married somebody who's just like me. So he's not an affectionate person. So for a while there, we were getting into arguments where I'm mad at him because I'm not affectionate, but I need you to be affectionate to teach me how to be affectionate and show me affection. Right?
Right.
But what you just said, I can't expect something from you that I can't do myself.
Yeah.
I got to learn to be affectionate myself. And this is hard. When you're not a person that's used to giving hugs and kisses, or when somebody hugs and kiss you and you don't know how to, like, you clench up because you're not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It becomes very difficult.
Personal development.
Right. Right. So it's not always a financial thing. Some of y'all is missing some core personality traits and stuff like that. And you expect
stuff that's going to be long lasting in a relationship.
And you expecting the person that you with to fix that for you, and you not taking no accountability for yourself. You know what I mean?
Hold on, brother JR has something to say, because that finger is fingering.
That's good. She was about to preach.
What if I break up with my husband, or he dies, or whatever, and I end up with another person? So now I'm expecting that next person to teach me how to love, and I ain't even put in the effort into myself to teach myself how to love.
Yep, that goes to the grow. You gotta grow up, like you right.
But then y'all have,
because you know I'm thinking about Zoe. What you just said, because you know I'm the dominant-minded personality, and Zoe already strong. She gonna be beating these niggas up.
But listen, like, how much communication have y'all done as far as what that looks like, though?
What do you say?
How much communication have y'all done as far as what that looks like for each other? Because if y'all not telling each other, hey, listen, I like to be hugged. I like, when you rub my feet when we're watching TV. Have you practiced intimacy? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you defined it for each other?
But it goes back to communication, like you said.
What's that? Because the guy that I talked to, he likes space. No, my love language is physical touch and quality time. So now I have to determine, okay, when do you want affection, and then when do you want space? So we have to communicate that part, because I do have trouble. Like, I have detachment issues. Not gonna lie, I would be up under you.
Yeah,
but I'm teaching myself personal development, how not to be attached to a person. So that
girl, you know
you're doing
what,
a lot of good
Coriana?
things for 23.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't think I was doing all that at 23.
Listen,
We're gonna add 10 to that 23. You 33 mentally though.
right. Well, anybody's
isn't that
listening
what
and they
he
got a
was just
child,
saying?
yeah, where she is in her life.
Way more mature. Yeah.
She with a 20-something-year-old dude. She gonna run over him and he ain't
Are
gonna
the men
do
you're
right.
dating older than you?
He ain't gonna.
right now the ones that I'm talking to right now are older than me. The ones
Good.
were younger. But I'd rather talk to
Good.
a
Because
man
you're
that
super
is
mature for
older
your age.
You are very
than me.
mature for
Yes.
your age.
So
So
Griselda
your ideal man is like 30.
Yes, absolutely. Right there.
Smart.
Griselda Rose says, yes, know your non-negotiables and everything else can be negotiated. That was the mentality I had after my first marriage, and now I found a wonderful partner.
Amen.
That brings me peace and laughter. And she got a
Thank
good
God.
man,
Yes.
because that husband is something else. So
I have a question
yeah.
from Wade Jojo. My question is, if a female was raised with a mental that I don't need a man for nothing, have no communication skills, how will the relationship work?
Therapy.
It's not gonna
But-
work. You realize what
It-
her is.
yeah.
That's not for you to
Yeah.
fix her. That's for
Yeah.
you to move on and find somebody
that?
else.
And that's
Yeah.
what iBrand Management said too earlier about, a lot of us in African American community, we got to have therapy. I know it's a hot topic now, and people are like, therapy and God, and therapy and water. But is y'all really going to therapy?
Are you really
No, for real.
going
Are
to
you
therapy?
really
Like,
doing the work?
are you really doing
Because
it?
it's not a trend. It's not a trend. It's something that it's not a trend.
Okay.
Miss Peachy Tea Time said, I understand what Sunshine is saying. My parents are not affectionate, but I am. But it affected me by being affectionate with my husband in front of my parents. Wow.
That's a reverse one. Yeah.
That is
because
interesting.
With like I said, with my mom's side, she's a Gemini. I'm a Scorpio. She doesn't like to be touched. I do. My dad.
What does that mean? My husband says that. What does that mean? You don't like to be touched?
They don't like love. Like they don't like physical touching. They don't. No, they'll do it, but they'll not. But like with her, sometimes I can hug her, sometimes I can't. With my dad, he allows me to be up under him. Like I'm literally the definition of daddy's little girl, spoiled everything. So when I
Your
look
mom
for
is a what?
man, she's a Gemini.
Mine too.
Yeah.
We need to talk
Well,
after
let's-
this.
Gemini's are amazing, by the way. Just so you
I'm
know.
a Capricorn, and I really ain't that
I
affectionate.
knew that I'm gonna be 100% transparent. I knew that we needed to bring these four creative minds on the Pep Talk with Tae Show, and I haven't told them this yet, but I really feel like we should do this on a monthly basis because this group right here, that's why we want JR to come to Atlanta, because I think if he at the
I'll
table,
be there. I will be there live for the next one.
so, yeah, the next one
Here's
we're
on the
gonna
date.
come in because we are a diverse group
Yes.
with so many different, with the differences in ages and just different mindsets. So I really, really, really think that this is going to be my relationship pair
I'm honored.
that we will be having. So y'all stay tuned for them.
Look how God is
And,
working.
Look
what the Lord
and so thank you, Greenlit ATL, for
Thank
bringing
you,
us
Greenlit
together.
Shout out to
ATL.
Greenlit.
Because had they not done that, I wouldn't have met these amazing people. So
Hey, hold
follow
on. Wait. 1 second.
I feel like I put my pep talk of the weekend, so we got to get that. So go ahead.
1 second. 1 second. Just 1 second. 1 second. Can I one up that and say I think we should do this live?
Yeah.
I think we should do this live, and I got a venue when y'all ready.
We're live now.
Oh,
he means at a
yeah. Come on now.
Nah,
The location.
Let it
Wow.
JR.
Find out.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. We're
Producer
gonna do that.
right here.
We'll do
Let's
that. We'll
get
do
to work.
that. So so we're gonna get to that. So thank you. We're gonna do an after show. So we are gonna pull together and do an after show. So tune in to my Instagram, Pep Talk with Tae Show, or Pep Talk Tae on Instagram. We're gonna do the after show to continue this a little bit more. So if you're on the YouTube, pop over there and check us out. So before we go, I gotta do a couple of things. The music outro is going to be the DJ Double K mix, because I know he's going to be like, darn, I did this mix and it was pretty dope. So shout out my DJ, y'all DJ Double K. But I got to give y'all a pep talk of the week. So we've discussed relationships, and as a single 46-year-old woman who's met some amazing men and some creeps as well, I've really had to think to myself, am I ready for love? Am I closing myself off to love, or believing it's going to be like them sappy movies that I watch on Lifetime and all that good stuff, and that love is just going to pop out like Pretty Woman? I'm going to be doing something, he going to come and wish me off my feet. But I realized that love hasn't found me because I'm truly not prepared to receive it. In order to have love in your life, you got to be ready to receive it. And maybe it's because my dad cheated on my mom, or maybe it's because my first heartbreak. I still got wounds from it. I don't know. But what I do know is that because I've identified it and that I'm not ready to receive it, I'm doing the work through Pep Talk with Tae Show and other avenues to go ahead and get ready to receive it. So right now my shirt might say single as fuck, but pretty soon it's going to be wifed up and ready for all of that.
Married is okay. I can
That's a shirt you should have on.
You said what?
Wifed up is what you should have on. That's what you want to bring into your life.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Well, this is your girl Pep Talk with Tae. Thank you for my panel for coming in on us tonight. Join us next week on the Pep Talk with Tae Show. This is DJ Double K with the Relationship Mix on Hits 92.3.
Call me and I'm on my way. Tell me that you need me. Yeah, I'll give it to you night and day. I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Feelings so deep in the feelings. No, this ain't really like me.